Good morning, one and all. Today we discuss about particle nature of light, that is photon. Particle nature of light, that is having property, that is photon. Okay, in a universe, the metals can be divided into two parts. One is matter, another one is wave or radiation. What is the matter? What is the wave? Okay, any particle or any material having momentum and mass, this type of material is called matter. Any material, any particle having wavelength and frequency, this type of material is called wave or radiation. Okay, in universe having both matter and wave different nature. Okay, suppose photon having mass, they are moving with velocity v in like a wave direction, like a sinusoidal or wave direction. It having some frequency or wavelength. Okay, this having mass is called matter waves, with moving with some oscillations or string like this wave is called radiation or wave. That is photon having dual nature. Okay, it having some characteristics. Okay, now first one is the characteristics of photon, that is in introduction of radiation with matter. Radiation behaves as if it is a wave. It is made up by particle is called photon. That is, suppose the particle, the light source having number of packets. There is any packet having energy is equal to h nu. Okay, without collision, electron is there. With collision or strike the light, the electron can be emitted. This is the wave nature. It is a particle nature. That is the photon having dual nature. Okay, the particle and also photon strike the electron. The photon energy can be divided into two. The photon energy divided into two ways. That is, suppose photon having 12 joules, it can be divided into two parts. One is the remove the electron with 10 joules. Another 2 joule is motion with velocity. Okay, the energy of the photon can be divided into two parts. 12 joules is photon energy initially before collision. After collision, it can be divided into two parts. That is, one is it is removing the electron. 2 joules is motion of the electron, can be divided. That is Einstein equation can be explained. Okay, now second is the each photon having energy h nu and momentum. Each photon having energy is equal to h nu, momentum p is equal to hc by lambda or h by lambda, that is h nu by c, or momentum p is equal to energy by velocity of light. Is also relation between the photon having energy, having each photon having energy, that is momentum p is equal to h by lambda, or lambda means nu by c. This is the relation between the wavelength and frequency. That is the energy, momentum and energy relation. Okay, here c is the speed of the light velocity. Okay, third characteristics of photon is irrespective intensity of the radiation, all the photons of the light of particle frequency nu or wavelength same energy. That is, suppose red light, that means intensity of the radiation is independent of the frequency. That is, only frequency depends upon energy or stopping potential or work function. It is explained in the previous lecture. That is, intensity is independent of the frequency. That is the, suppose we can using red light having 10 watts. Okay, 10 photons are emitted. Okay, suppose we can using 100 watts, 20 photons are emitted, but number of photons are emitted is more. 10 watts we can using the 10 watts, we get 10 photons. 100 watts we get 20 photons, but energy is same for 10 watts, for 100 watts only 2 joules. That is, energy is not changing. That means number of photons, intensity will be changes with respect to number of photons or number of electrons, but it is independent of the intensity. Only energy is depends upon frequency of the incident wave. That is, irrespective of the radiation, all the photons, light particles having same frequency, same energy, but not intensity will be not changing. That is, intensity depends upon number of electrons or number of photons. Okay, fourth one is, that is, energy is independent of the intensity. That is, energy is nothing but frequency. Frequency is depends upon work function or stopping voltage. Energy is independent of the intensity. Intensity depends upon number of photons or number of electrons. Okay, more number of electrons is there. Suppose here 10, we get 10 photons. 100, we get 20 photons. That is, number of photons is increases, intensity will be increases, but not no change in energy. Only energy will be same in the increasing the number of photons. That is, energy of incident light is depends upon intensity. Okay, now fourth one is, photons are having not deflected by electrical and magnetic fields, like this. One electron, proton, suppose alpha particle is there, we can apply the electric field. Okay, electron is there, proton and alpha particle is there, you can apply the electric field. But here electric field is applied, only changing the proton can be moved one place to another place, alpha particle also can move any direction, but electron can be changes. Electron can be changes, that is, charge can be changes. That is, according to energy is equal to FQ. Okay, E is equal to F by Q, or F is equal to QE. That is, charge will be changes, but proton or alpha particles not changes, only charges can be changes. Okay, here charge particle, electron, proton are only moves with changing its position, it not changing. Okay, that is, with the effect of electric field and magnetic field, photons are not deflected. There is no change in electron, proton, only change in charge. That is, charge can be positive or negative, plus or minus means positive cycle or negative cycle. Charges minus or plus, charges can be changes with applying electric field and magnetic field. There is no change in electron and proton and alpha particle with applying any electric field and magnetic field. Last one. Fifth one is conservation of total energy. Total energy and total momentum is conserved. Conserved means initially input is equal to output. Suppose the number of electrons is 5. Initially number of electrons in the material is 5. We can apply the number of photons. It is a before collision. Number of electrons 5. Number of photons is 4. The photons are collide with electrons. The resultant is with energy. See here, energy is equal to electrons having energy 10 joules. Momentum is 4 km per second. Photons having energy 16 watts, 16 joules. Photon 6 km per second. It is photons. It is electron. Before collision. After collision, the resultant is n is equal to number of photon electrons is 5. This 10 plus 6, 16. Energy is 16. The power is 4 plus 6, 10. Okay, but momentum is not conserved. That is the potential. The photon energy can be disappear. That can be used for electron with different motion or different momentum. The electron can be observe the photon energy. That is photon energy can be disappear. The photon energy can be used by electrons. That is the energy is conserved or momentum is conserved. Energy here, energy and momentum is conserved, but photon having momentum is 0. That is the photon energy can be observed by the electrons. That is photon energy is destroyed or disturbed or removed. Okay, next one is that is the best example is photon electron collision. This is the energy conservation of best example is photon electron collision. Electron photon collision, the energy can be released. Energy can be released, but the photon energy converted into photon energy can be disappear with collision of photon electron. After collision, photon may not conserved. That is, photon may be observe the new or photon or observe the or release the energy. That can be released or observe the photon, new photon. That is disappear of the photon energy. Next, fourth one is it has zero rest mass. That is m is equal to m0 by 1 minus v square by c square. If particle having with velocity v, if particle having velocity v, that is rest mass is equal to that is rest mass m is equal to m0 by 1 minus v square by c square. This is the okay m0 we can write down. This is the mass. M0 is the rest mass. In the presence of rest mass, m0 is equal to m into 1 minus v square by d square. This is the relativity according to theory of relativity. Okay, the rest mass is equal to m into 1 minus v square by c square. That is the m0 is the rest mass of the particle. Suppose the velocity of light and velocity speed of the particle is same. That is v is equal to c. M0 is equal to 0. That is rest mass of the particle is 0. That means particle velocity and light velocity is same. We get rest mass. That is rest mass is equal to 0. Okay. The dual nature of next, that is dual nature means E is equal to mc square. Okay, E is equal to according to dual nature of the photon. Suppose it having mass, E is equal to mc square and E is equal to h nu. Equation number 1, equation number 2. Compare E is equal to h nu, E is equal to h nu. That is mc square is equal to h nu. here mc square is equal to the presence of in terms of lambda hc by lambda, c cancel, mc is equal to h by lambda, or mc is nothing but momentum, p is equal to h by lambda. Momentum is equal to h by lambda, that is momentum. Any particle having momentum, that is matter nature. Any particle having lambda, that is wave nature, that is photon having dual nature, momentum and also wave, that is called matter. Means momentum is nothing but matter waves, lambda is nothing but wave nature, that is the photon having dual nature. Okay, thank you. Okay, now we discuss wave nature of matter, that is the de Broglie hypothesis. This is the wave nature of light or matter is the de Broglie hypothesis. Okay, wave is having photon, example photon having wave nature and matter having momentum and mass. Wave is frequency and wavelength. This nature is called wave nature. Matter is nothing but particle having momentum and velocity. This type of metal is called matter. Okay, matter and nature of that is the de Broglie proved some points about dual nature of the photon, that is the electron. Division Germer experiment and also J.J. Thomson proved wave nature of and dual nature of the electron can dual nature, that is light. Suppose now according to photoelectric effect prove the photoelectric effect gives the light. The light radiation are used in the photoelectric effect, that is light is nothing but radiation. Okay, light having in the form of packet. Packet is nothing but particle. The group of particle or quanta is nothing but photon. Photon energy, every photon having energy is equal to h nu. That is a particle. That is radiation having the light. Light is a dual nature. That is the radiation. Light having some of the energies, that is in the form of quanta or packet. Any packet having energy to h nu, that is equal to the photon. This is any packet having any packet is called photon or particle, that is a particle nature. Okay, photoelectric effect gives the particle nature. Okay, the dual nature means particle nature as well as wave nature. That is dual nature is nothing but in the previous what is the last particle nature of the light, photon having dual nature, that is having moment. Suppose electron moves in the circular motion, that is nucleus n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3. Electron moves, electron having mass having nothing but matter, is moves and vibration like this, vibration in the wave form, that is the wave nature. Electron having dual nature, photon having dual nature. Okay, dual nature. Suppose light is wave nature is nothing but interference, light wave nature. Wave nature is nothing but what? Diffraction, interference, next polarization. Okay, light waving wave nature is nothing but light are used in the diffraction, interference, polarization. That is, and also particle nature. Particle nature. The particle nature is nothing but photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect and Compton effect. And black body radiation. Photoelectric effect, Compton effect, black body radiation having particle nature. Wave nature is nothing but diffraction and interference, polarization. This properties having wave nature, this nature having particle nature. Particle nature and wave nature having, these are the only light, dual nature. Light is a dual nature, that is wave nature as well as particle nature. Light is nothing but radiation. Light radiation having dual nature. Wave nature is nothing but this obey these properties: diffraction, interference, and polarization. Particle nature is nothing but photoelectric effect, Compton effect, black body radiation. Okay, but it can be explained, but there is no proof. It can be done, but there is no experimental proof or any thesis is submitted. Now de Broglie do some experiment on dual nature of the particle. That is, particle is photon. Okay, de Broglie used one concept, dual nature, using these light waves, but according to photoelectric effect, Compton effect, black body radiation, they not completed theory, but there is no proof in experimental. It is not proved. It is not proved by experimental. They can be failure. Now de Broglie study on same properties, photoelectric effect, Compton effect, that is dual nature of the particle, that is a photon having dual nature. Suppose that is a de Broglie nature. De Broglie nature has symmetry. Nature has symmetry, that is a particle nature, that is so same properties. Like this particle or photon having wave nature as well as particle nature, they can prove in the basis of, that is hypothesis. Hypothesis means thesis, PhD. They can do PhD degree. They can write the some articles on the dual nature of the photon. That is, dual nature is nothing but nature of the nature having symmetry, both properties, wave nature as well as particle nature. Okay, according to de Broglie, matter is nothing but particle nature. According to de Broglie, particle and wave. Particle is nothing but electron, proton, alpha particle, like this. Wave and means any motion of the particles. Suppose electron move with velocity in the wave, that is also motion particles. That is motion of the particles, the electron and particle. Electron having mass and momentum, proton having mass, momentum, that having particle nature. They move with a velocity v and in the like wave, that having wave nature, motion particles. Okay, then the de Broglie proved this according to this relation, wave and particle relation, they can be proved the dual nature of the particle. Okay, now de Broglie hypothesis, they can be having de Broglie hypothesis having some points. That is, first point is, every moving particle has a wave. Every moving particle has a wave. Same here, motion is nothing but moving particle. Every moving motion is nothing but wave. Rest are it having mass and photon or momentum, that is particle nature. Every wave is nothing but motion, and every moving particle has a wave associated. Wave associated it, that is a wave nature. Okay, see here, wave nature is nothing but motion of the particle. Every moving particle, motion particle or moving particle has wave nature. That is the concept of the de Broglie hypothesis. These points are there in the thesis. This is nothing but hypothesis of the de Broglie hypothesis. That is, every moving particle is nothing but wave nature. They have a wave nature. Suppose, best example is, suppose photon having mass m and energy E is equal to h nu. H nu is nothing but what? Photon. Okay, they are moving with velocity v. Moving particle is nothing but wave. This is a wave. This is the wave. This is the lambda. Okay, distance between the two is lambda. Any metal having lambda, that is the wave nature. It is particle nature. There is a wave nature. Okay, and also according to formula, lambda is equal to h by mv or h by p. See here, lambda is the wave nature, momentum is the matter waves. Okay, or particle nature. That is particle nature and wave nature. Okay, that is the dual nature. Okay, every particle, photon having dual nature, that is having mass and photon momentum, that is p. Okay, the photon having with velocity v, motion with velocity v, that is v. Okay, it having waves. That is according to formula, lambda is equal to h by mv or h by p. That is the momentum. Every particle having momentum, that is the matter particle or particle wave property or matter nature or particle nature. And also lambda, that is the wave nature. Here h is the Planck constant, m is the mass of the particle, v is the velocity of the particle. Okay, p is the momentum of the particle. Okay, this is the equation number 1. Okay, equation number is known as the de Broglie relation. This equation is known as, this is equation number is known as de Broglie relation. This lambda is equal to h by mv or h by p. This is the de Broglie relation. Here lambda is the de Broglie wavelength. Lambda is the de Broglie wavelength. Okay, it is denoted by lambda b. Lambda b and b is the lambda d. Lambda d. D is the de Broglie wavelength. Okay, it is lambda d. It is de Broglie wavelength is denoted by lambda d. Lambda d is the de Broglie wavelength. Okay, now next, wave nature of matter. Okay, wave nature of matter is nothing but matter waves is nothing. Best example is photon. Now discussed photon having like this. Photon having mass with velocity mu lambda is equal to h by mv or h by p. That is the dual nature or wave nature of matter. Wave nature of matter is nothing but matter waves. Best example is photon. That is photon is the best example of the dual nature. Photon satisfy this dual nature, wave nature as well as particle nature. That is the photon having dual nature. Suppose momentum p is equal to h nu by c. That is h by, from here h by p is equal to c by nu. That is lambda. Lambda is equal to, it is the wave nature. According to this is the wave nature for wave. Wave nature lambda is equal to c by nu or h by p. That is the wave nature. That is momentum and wave same phenomena. There is a particle nature h by mv. That is the c by lambda. That is the wave nature. Photon having dual nature, wave nature and particle nature. Both will be same according to equation number. This is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. Both will be same dual nature, same phenomena. That is photon having dual nature. That is this is nothing but de Broglie hypothesis concept can be proved or matched with the experimental. The wavelength of the electromagnetic radiation which has the proton in the quantum of energy and momentum. The wavelength of electromagnetic radiation, that is according to equation number 1, equation number 2. Equation number is nothing but equation number 1 equal to equation number 2, and that means de Broglie hypothesis can be proved with experimental and theory can be proved with experimental. That is wavelength of the electromagnetic radiation having photon having same energy as well as momentum according to this relation. See, lambda is equal to h by mv. Okay, having same radiation, having same quanta as a energy as a momentum, like this. Suppose according to this formula, mass is low, lambda is high. Now that is according to this formula, lambda is equal to h by mv. Any particle, that is dual nature, any particle having low mass, we get highest wavelength. Okay, according to this formula, mass is low, lambda is high. Okay, but according to uncertainty principle, it can be so microparticles, they cannot be according to some. Suppose one particle having mass m is equal to 0.12 kgs. That is ball having mass 0.2 kgs and with moving with speed velocity, that is 20 meter per second. According to formula de Broglie, wavelength lambda is equal to h by mv. H is equal to Planck constant 6.62 or 63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second by m. Mass of the particle is 0.12 into 20. We get some value into 10 to the power of minus 34. 34 is nothing but it is low value. Lambda is low. That is and that is a micro particle. Sorry, macro particle. Micro means very low, small particles. Small particles cannot be explained. De Broglie hypothesis can be, suppose we can take electron. Suppose we can example is electron. Example, second example is, this is first example. Second example, electron. For electron having mass, what is the mass of electron? Me, mass of the electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kgs. With the speed of electron is 10 to the power of 6 meter per second. Okay, according to De Broglie wavelength, h by mv. H is the Planck constant, 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second by m. 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 into 10 to the power of 6. We get 6.6 by 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 9, or it can be written as 7.33 into 10 to the power of minus 10, or 7.331 angstrom. 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. Okay, that is in the case of, it can be meters, can be formed in the form of angstrom. That is, it can be eligible. Okay, 7.33 angstrom is satisfy the De Broglie hypothesis. That is, De Broglie hypothesis only for higher particle, that is macro properties. Macro particles. Micro means small particles or nanoparticles. It not explain the De Broglie concept. Only can be explain De Broglie hypothesis for electron, neutron, proton, photon, like this. Only some of the elements, not for larger or very small particles. So micro particles can be explained by the De Broglie hypothesis. Suppose case 1. Here case 1, in terms of kinetic energy, De Broglie hypothesis in terms of kinetic energy. De Broglie hypothesis in terms of kinetic energy. Suppose one particle having mass with moving velocity v, the kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. The kinetic energy of the particle, particle is moving with velocity v, the kinetic energy of the particle is half mv square. Okay, according to formula, this is equation number 1. Okay, according to De Broglie hypothesis, what is the h by p? That is the De Broglie hypothesis. Okay, what is the momentum? P is equal to mass into velocity. Okay, what is the v? V is equal to p by m. This p by m, v is equal to this value, v value substituted in the formula. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. V is equal to p by m. Substitute 1 by 2 m. V square means p square by m square. M cancel. That is p square by 2m. Okay, we can take kinetic energy can be denoted by k or e. Suppose we can take k. K is equal to p square by 2m. P is equal to what? P square is equal to 2m k. P is equal to 2m k under root. Okay, this is the momentum of the particle in terms of kinetic energy. Okay, this p value substitute in the De Broglie wavelength. That is lambda is equal to h by P. H by P means 2mk. That is the de Broglie hypothesis in terms of kinetic energy. The particle having in the movement with motion with kinetic energy k. Okay, the relation between the de Broglie wavelength and kinetic energy. Lambda is equal to h by 2m e or 2m k. That is, k is the kinetic energy of the particle. Lambda is the de Broglie wavelength. Okay, now second case. Case 2. In terms of accelerating potential. In terms of accelerating potential, that is, it is only for charged particle. It is only for charged particles. According to charged particle means that is charge q moving with velocity v. It is motion or moving. Okay, 0 initially rest position, after we get maximum velocity. Okay, that is, it is moving charged particles. Okay, the photoelectric effect. According to photoelectric effect, the work done of the potential developed to be work done, that is kinetic energy equal to the kinetic energy, that is EV naught. The kinetic energy of the work done equal to the kinetic energy of the potential, that is EV naught. This EV naught, this Q is equal to, that is QV or EV naught. The QV value substitute in the equation number 1, that is according to de Broglie hypothesis, lambda is equal to h by p. That is h by p. P is equal to what? Momentum 2m qv or 2m ev. That is the momentum for charged particle. Okay, for momentum for charged particle in terms of accelerating motion of the particles, that is charged particles q or ev. Q, charged particle, is moving with velocity v. Okay, the momentum is 2m qv. E is equal to kinetic energy. Kinetic energy value substitute in the formula, we get P is equal to qv or em e. That is lambda is equal to h by p. P value substitute 2m e p. It is for electron. De Broglie wavelengths in terms of it is can be wavelength for electron. Suppose for charged particle, lambda is equal to h by 2m qv. This is for electron, this is for charged particle q. If the particle having charge, that is lambda is equal to h by 2m qv. Suppose electron, for electron h by root of 2m qv. This is for electron, this is for charged particles. Suppose in the case of electron, we can substitute mass of the electron, electric charge. What is electric charge? 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs, and voltage potential is constant. We can substitute, we get lambda or de Broglie wavelength, that is 1.227 by v in terms of nanometer. Lambda or wavelength in the terms of nanometer. Nano means 10 to the power of minus meters. Okay, it is a de Broglie wavelength for electrons. For electrons, this is only for de Broglie wavelength is 1.227 by under root of V, or potential or voltage for electrons. This is lambda is equal to h by 2 into mqv. This is for charged particles, any charged particles, electron, proton, neutron, alpha particle, gamma particle, anyone. Okay, what is the charged particles? They can substitute. Suppose alpha is equal to 4 charges, 4 electrons can substitute. We get lambda, de Broglie hypothesis. This is charged particle means for any charged particles, proton, neutron, electron, everywhere. Okay, this is only for electron. This is de Broglie hypothesis only for electron. You can substitute the electron values, mass of the electron, mass of the charged particle. We get 1.227 under root of V, or potential or voltage in terms of nanometers. The units of lambda is angstroms, so here nanometers. Okay, this is the moving accelerating particles for charged particles or as well as electrons. Okay, suppose if V is equal to 120 for electron, lambda is equal to 0.112 nanometers. That is for electron. This is for electron. V is equal to 120, lambda is equal to 0.112 nanometers. This is spacing between the atomic planar crystal. Suppose crystal having some planes, lattice planes like this. That means here lambda is the planar distance, spacing between two atomic planes. This is the lambda between the two planes. Crystal having number of crystal planes. Lambda is the distance between the two crystal planes, spacing between the two planes, distance between the two planes. That is the lambda wavelength in the crystal structure. We can according to lambda we can specify the nature of the material, nature of the crystal. Okay, de Broglie hypothesis proved the verify the for particle nature as well as wave nature. That is the dual nature. Okay, that can be used for in different ways, moving charge particles, as well as kinetic energy particles like. Okay, that is case 2. Number case 3. Case 3. This hypothesis de Broglie wavelength for gas molecules. De Broglie wavelength for gas molecules. De Broglie hypothesis for gas molecules or de Broglie wavelength for gas molecules. Gas molecules having different random motion. The particle in the gas is having different motion in different direction. Okay, that is random motion. The particle in random motion. Okay, this having kinetic energy of each gas molecules. That is F by 2 kT. This is the formula. Kinetic energy of each gas molecule. Kinetic energy of each gas molecule is equal to F by 2 into kT. Here K is the Boltzmann constant, T is the absolute temperature, F is the degree of freedom. degree of freedom. Here F is the degree of freedom. Suppose this is for all particles, any gas particle, mono gas, diatomic, triatomic, okay, any gas particles. Every each particle having gas molecules, that is, it is for all gases. It is only for all gases. That is, kinetic energy of each particle is equal to F by 2 kT. K is the Boltzmann constant. T is the absolute temperature. T is the absolute temperature. Okay, now we can apply. It is for only for monoatomic gas. It is for all gases, any gases, diatomic, monoatomic, triatomic, any gas molecules. First we can apply the only for monoatomic gases. It having degree of freedom is 3. So we get the kinetic energy of molecules. Kinetic energy of each molecule is F by 2 kT. Okay, here degree of freedom for monoatomic gas, degree of freedom is F is equal to 3. That is 3 by 2 kT. It is the kinetic energy of monoatomic gas. This equation can be substituted in the de Broglie hypothesis. According to de Broglie, H by P, that is, H by P means H by P value 2m E. So E is the kinetic energy, K or E, whatever may be, we can choose anyone, K or E. E is the kinetic energy of the particle. Okay, the kinetic energy of particle, here K is kinetic energy of the particle in the monoatomic gas is equal to 3 by 2 kT. This 3 by 2 kT value substitute in the de Broglie wavelength. Okay, the de Broglie wavelength lambda is equal to H by 2m E. E is equal to what? 3 by 2 kT. 3 by 2 kT. 3 by 2 kT. 2 cancel, the under root, that is H by 3m kT under root. It is de Broglie wavelength for monoatomic gases, H by 3m kT. This is one of the applications of the de Broglie hypothesis. It is for only for monoatomic gases. Okay, this is only monoatomic gases. Lambda or de Broglie wavelength is H by 3m kT. Okay, suppose we can substitute the m values. Molar m is the mass. Suppose in the terms of molar mass, some particles de Broglie wavelength in terms of, we can substitute the in terms of molar mass 25.6 under root of capital M T. It is also for monoatomic gases. It is the mass. Here m is equal to, small m is equal to mass, capital M is equal to molar mass. Molar mass of the particles or atoms. Okay, is the mass of the particles or mass of the atom. Okay, this is small m is the mass, capital M is the molar mass. Anyone you can choose the, we can get the de Broglie wavelength in terms of molar mass, in terms of wavelength. Okay, according to Heisenberg uncertainty principle, the matter and wave particle is not possible to measure the both position and momentum. According to uncertainty principle, like this. Delta x delta p is approximately equal to the Planck constant. Okay, sorry, h cross. Okay, delta x according to uncertainty principle, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, the matter and wave is picture is not possible to measure the both momentum as well as position cannot at the same time. According to uncertainty principle, we cannot measure momentum and position at the same time. That is according to Heisenberg uncertainty principle. This is for this case it is only possible according to uncertainty principle. Delta x, the product of delta x and delta p is equal to h cross. That means the momentum and position cannot be measured at a particular time. At the same time we can't measure position and momentum. Okay, now according to de Broglie, it is possible when, if it is possible, that is delta x is equal to 0, delta p tends to infinity, that is definite. Delta x is, the position is 0, the delta p momentum change in momentum is infinite or definite. That means r delta p is equal to 0, delta x can be infinite. According to this uncertainty principle, we can't measure position and momentum at the same time. But according to de Broglie, any parameter can be vanish or 0. We can measure the another parameter, that is definite according to de Broglie. That is according to de Broglie, what is the formula? Lambda is equal to h by p. That is lambda p is approximately h. Same, this relation is matched. That means lambda or position, p momentum is approximately h, here h cross. That is, this is according to de Broglie hypothesis. It can be we can measure the position as well as momentum at a certain wavelength. They can be proved. Suppose one diagram. Okay, see here it is maximum with the left side or right side, the intensity can be decreases. The intensity can be decreases. This is from the, according to from the figure that can see, according to you can measure the in the form of packet wave. Packet, the wave packet corresponding to the spread of the wavelength. Some central is maximum, left side right side is decreases, only middle center is maximum, that is central maximum in de Broglie relation can be maximum. Okay, that can be delta x, change in momentum, sorry, change in position, and delta p can be associated with wave nature. And also this figure can be in terms of, it is according to uncertainty, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, in the terms of this equation in terms of de Broglie, like this can be. It can't measure position and momentum, but here we can measure the we define the wavelength and momentum in this case. This is according to Heisenberg principle. This is de Broglie principle. That is here delta x and delta p is approximately h or h cut. Here delta lambda, delta p approximately h, or lambda p is approximately h cut according to relation h by lambda is equal to h by p. According to this relation, hp is approximately x. or h. That is, from here delta p is equal to 0, that is delta x can be extended to infinity, or delta x is equal to 0, delta p tends to extension. There can be extended to definite or infinity, up to infinity. The wave can be extended up to infinity. That is the relation between the Heisenberg principle, that is the de Broglie principle. The relation between the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, this is the relation, this is the de Broglie principle. That is the main reason. You can measure the momentum with when one parameter is vanish or one parameter is 0. You can measure the another parameter. According to Heisenberg principle, we can't measure position and momentum at same time. That is okay. Thank you, one and all.